What is going on, guys? Ikeegans here, and so yeah, this is basically a defense tutorial. So yeah, I've got top 100 a couple of times now. I've been playing FIFA for a few months now, and I'd say defense is kind of the key area of my game, where I'd say what the strongest point is. And I think if you're going to go top 100, you're going to need a really solid defense. So I'm going to go over a couple of points, basically saying what I think are the best kind of methods or just points to kind of have which are vital. And also I'm just going to show you a few kind of like clips I've put together showing you different ways that you can defend. So yeah, let's just jump it off. Got a couple of notes on my phone here. So I think the main part is, probably everyone's going to know, is just cover the threatening passes first of all. I think that is, when defending, just always obviously make sure there is no open spaces for any kind of attackers to run into. So covering any threatening passes first of all, or any spaces your opponent can run into, and that's kind of the most important part. Also, a key thing is to have a good understanding of where your opponent can score from. So obviously playing the game, playing many games, playing over and over again, you're going to have a good idea where your opponent can score from and where they can't score from. So it's basically, if you're in a threatening position, then it's literally just about it's kind of just basically making sure that you're covering the parts of the pitch where you know your opponent can score in, say the box, certain areas, and then guarding the areas basically which they can score in. So basically, say if the pitch is open and you've got like a 2-on-1 scenario, basically force your opponent to a place where like the odds are they're not going to score. So I think it is all about kind of understanding where they can score from and where they can't score from. But you'll get that just from playing FIFA and obviously watching tutorials and just watching the gameplay really. Another important point is knowing when to pressure with the defense. So with me, I am kind of a person who will defend with the midfield quite a lot, because on FIFA 17 everybody knows the AI is super. Basically the AI just basically they just play themselves really. They just literally you don't really need to do that much with them. They'll tackle themselves, they get into the right position. With FIFA 17 and FIFA 18 as well, I can't really see much changing with that. So basically just make sure, try not, like what I do as well, is try not to commit your defense unless you have to, or unless there's kind of a scenario where your attacker doesn't have any guys over, he's only got one attacker, then you can obviously rush out your defense then to make a good tackle. But if he's got options, then obviously I wouldn't touch the defense and try and keep the back line flat. So yeah, so basically try and tackle with your midfield until you know, right, it's time to switch to your defense, and then pressure them and win the ball back. Right analog tactical switching. This is one thing I kind of incorporated into my game in like about 2-3 months ago. It's basically, everyone knows the main method of switching players is LB, and it's basically using the right analog stick to switch to certain players that are not close to the ball but are kind of ideal to take the ball. Kind of a scenario would be, say if somebody's through, you've got a player who's closer to the ball but he's not running back, and then you've got your left back who's actually sprinting and you know is quicker than your centre back. Use the right analog stick to flick to them, and then they can obviously take the ball. You've got to know basically when to be passive and when to apply pressure. I'd say kind of having the right mix between both of them is key to being a top player in the top 100. I'm not saying like I'm the best defender in the world, but I'm good enough to get top 100. I wouldn't say I'm at a pro level yet, but it's kind of reaching towards that level. I think that would be the next stage for me. So it's knowing when to pressure your opponent and when to when to just be passive and just sit back and wait for them to make the pass. And yeah, and now I'll show the clips now, and basically I'll just talk through them and see what I'm doing in this scenario. So here we go. Clip 1, the shield. Shielding is very important in FIFA because, as you see in this example right here, just going in front of the person, holding left trigger, keeps them off the ball there. So I'll show her again. Players just trying to counter attack, holding left trigger. If you don't hold left trigger there, he will go through. So left trigger tackling is so important. Holding the line. This one on the attack. I'm about to lose the ball. Lose the ball there. You lose in a very serious situation there. So you know, bang. So if you just hold the line there with your defenders parallel, holding the line parallel with the defense, waiting for him just to make a silly pass or to rush the play, and you'll just get the ball back. I don't rush out the defenders, keep them in a line together, and bang, got the ball. So clip 3, midfield chase down. Let's see again, I lose the ball. Instead of touching defense, because I know he's got options, Modric is free. I know, I'm aware of my midfield. Just hound him down with Modric, and he takes the ball off him. And then I'm able to obviously counter attack, going on the counter attack here, and I'm able to score from that as well. So that's all from just tackling from them with the midfield really. Show the clip again. Lose the ball there in a vital place, and then I've got Modric chasing down. All depending when to obviously change your defense for that, but in that position, always use the midfield. So this is, yeah, as it says, the midfield lurk. And this is very similar to the last step really, but I change it up because this guy's a bit more savvy, he is. So I double man press by here to rush him out, and then pressure the opponent to make a bad pass, and then Modric is there to cover the pass, and then onto the counter attack. But yeah, show it again here. I try and hunt him down with Modric, try and pressure him, it's too strong. And then I'm like, okay, I've lost the ball there, so I'll just wait and see what he does. And then double man press, apply the pressure, watch the open man, take the ball. And the final clip is the midfield jockey. And this is just defending the midfield really, just waiting for him to try and get that open pass and just watching the player, but leaving enough space where he thinks he can make the pass. And then just holding left trigger, bang, take the ball there and then. But yeah, they are all the clips there. I think I'm going to make a bit more in depth when it comes to FIFA 18, but obviously we're going to apply this to FIFA 17 and FIFA 18 because the gameplay is probably not going to be much different because obviously it is football at the end of the day. I'll probably add more clips, do a little bit more in-depth analysis, but I hope you guys kind of get a general better understand of defending. If you've got any questions, obviously mention them in the comments down below and I will get back to you. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Next time I'll upload is probably next Wednesday, and that'll be the top 100 rewards where I came 79th in the weekend league. See ya.